Hello, and welcome to Earthrise Education. My name is Kim Young, and I am a world history teacher outside of Boston, Massachusetts. The following is a short tutorial showing you how to use the Earthrise Education tool. After all, you can't change what you can't measure. The first thing that you're going to want to do is open up your internet browser using either Chrome or Firefox. If you note this kind of reminder down here, these are the two browsers that are going to work best with the Earthrise Education tool. Once you've opened up your internet browser, you're going to want to head to the Earthrise Education website. If you look up here, the web link is explore.earthrise.education. Enter that into your browser search bar and head on over to Earthrise. The next thing is that you're going to want to obtain your student access or login code from your teacher. And you're going to log in up here. You're going to copy and paste and add in that access code that you've received. And this is a unique username for just you that allows you to save and compile your data, but in a way that we don't collect any personal information from you. Click on the triangle login button right here, and it'll take you into the tool. As the tool loads, you're going to get to see a focused area of satellite imagery. And there's a couple different buttons you can push and kind of features of the tool that you can play with. And I'm going to familiarize you with them right now. The first thing that you're going to want to note is in this bottom right-hand corner. One thing that's a little bit trickier is how to pan with the tool, which means to kind of move left and right and up and down using your cursor. If you're using a Mac, you're going to want to use the Command key. And if you're using a Windows machine, you're going to want to use the Control key. The next feature I want to draw your attention to is the ability to zoom in and zoom out, and that's happening on the right-hand side of the screen here. First, we're going to zoom out and get a sense of where this area of satellite imagery is in the world. And as we zoom out, we start to see that our focus area of investigation in this instance is in the Philippines on an island known as Palawan. But it's helpful to kind of zoom in and out and get a sense of where the imagery is situated in the world. Another feature that I want to draw your attention to is along the bottom of the tool. And this is an ability to see change over time in a certain area. So if you notice, the first dot is showing us what the image looked like on May 18th, 2013. If we slide it over, as the tool loads, we get to see 5 years later, May 18th, 2018. And if we slide it over one more time, we get a third change over time. A couple other features I want to draw your attention to is down on the bottom. Here in the bottom left, we have a tool giving us an indication about scale on the map. On the right-hand side is a magnifying glass feature, and if you click on this, it will allow you to search for specific longitude and latitude coordinates if you're kind of wanting to look at an area that someone else is looking at as well, to zoom in and kind of figure out exactly where that was. When your cursor is over the satellite imagery, in the bottom left-hand corner here, you see longitude and latitude coordinates popping up. You can copy and paste or write those down, then share it with another student who's working on a similar area, and then they can search it and head to that location. Once you've familiarized yourself with how to use the features of the tool, it's time to start collecting data. In this specific investigation, we're looking for areas of deforestation. So I'm going to use the zoom in and zoom out tool and pan feature to try and find an area that's been cleared. So as I zoom in, I can see over here that we've got some deforested areas, and I've got a couple of choices. As I want to record this data, I can either do so as a point or a polygon. In this specific instance, it will make most sense to use the polygon tool. I'm going to want to kind of trace and show the area that's deforested. So I choose polygon, and then I begin tracing the area that has been deforested. And when I close the polygon up, I then get a couple of options. The first is a drop-down menu to indicate the finding type. In this case, it's a cleared forest, but if I found something else of significance that I wanted to include in my data, I could choose other. I also then have the option to write any notes to other students or other scientists who are looking at the data about what I found, any questions I have, or anything that I specifically want other people to look at. But if I don't have anything to say, I just leave it blank and then I click save. Something to notice over on the left is a tally of your findings. It's going to show you the number of points and polygons that you've entered into that piece of satellite imagery. In this case, I've now done 5 polygons. If I change the year that I'm looking at, the number will change. It only indicates how many polygons are on that specific image. Another feature to notice, if you create a polygon and it's either the wrong shape or it ends up being a mistake, you can always go in and hit edit, choose the polygon and delete the finding, and it'll be removed from your map. Once you've finished exploring and entering all of your data, you'll want to go to the left-hand side and click Submit Your Findings, and then click Submit. The final feature I'm going to show you today is the ability to review other students' findings to help ensure the collective accuracy of our data. If you go to the upper right-hand corner and click on this arrow to pull up the drop-down menu, you see you have the option of staying on your map where you currently are or heading to My Findings. Click on My Findings. Then you're going to click on this button in the upper right-hand corner, Review Your Peers. When the tool loads, you'll have an opportunity to review your classmates' findings. The first thing you'll need to decide is if a polygon or a point of interest looks accurate or needs work. In this case, I'm looking at the polygon and it appears accurate to me. Next polygon comes up. So this one I'm looking at a little closer and I'm not so certain about its accuracy. I don't feel it's accurate, so I'm going to click on Needs Work. I then have the opportunity to leave some constructive feedback on how to improve the finding. It's really important when we're leaving feedback that we remember everybody is trying their best and we're all very new to using satellite imagery, and you want to leave helpful feedback. You wouldn't want to leave any feedback that would be hurtful, and you would continue in this process until there was no more data left to review. That's all for this tutorial. Good luck exploring.